situation that we got today. It's a really good one, not gonna lie. I can't lie to you. We have a little sermon that was preached, and I say little, this was a pretty big sermon that was preached from a pretty popular pastor. This guy, I think his name is Jesse Duplantis. Anyway, this pastor is a pretty big pastor in Louisiana. He had a sermon, and one of my guys, Darren, from my church, showed me this clip, and I wanted to go in a little bit on it, like, okay. He was sharing something, and I wanted to know if y'all agreed with it. Just curious. Was just curious. Pretty big pastor, guys, just throwing that out there.
I live in the biggest house in the state of Louisiana.
Big house?
I have the biggest house of any preacher in America.
In America?
I don't mean that arrogantly or pridefully. I have a name to my house, La Maison de Rêve.
Oh, that's a
The
pretty
house
nice
of
name to
dreams.
your house.
You like Gone with the Wind? My house
Okay.
has that same staircase that Scarlett O'Hara walked up.
Oh,
I
wow.
paid cash for the home.
Oh, he paid cash.
Well,
Okay.
you want to know how big it is? It's 40,000 square foot.
40,000.
Look at Kathy. Oh, Jesus, we're going to catch it again.
Oh, okay.
40,000 square foot. And a lot of times if I go out, cars start stopping, honking. Christmas, I walked outside the front, just walked out, and a man slammed his brakes and, Brother Jesse! I said, hello, and he threw $5,000 over the fence.
5,000.
$100 bill. I said, I ain't telling Kathy nothing.
Okay. Okay, look.
I live in the biggest...
Okay, look. Now, Darren's saying A in the chat. Darren's the one that showed me this. Darren goes to my church. Great guy. Darren's a great guy. And I love that he sent me this. And I want to dive into this too because it's crazy. When I go to church, I don't know about y'all. Pause. He's trying to flex on us, Montavious. That's what I'm saying. And Cohen said pause because look, listen to this. My thing is this. Here's my issue. The first statement is how big your house is. Now, before I even go in on this too, I do think I should watch the whole sermon before I just go in on this guy. Mainly because we don't know the context, right? We don't know the whole context, not because he could just be making a joke. The issue is he's not. We can tell in this clip, I think it's a good-sized clip, he's not making a joke here. He said he didn't mean it arrogantly or pridefully, but the problem is you're saying it's the biggest house in America for a pastor. How do you make that statement without meaning that arrogantly? Like, I don't even know how you do that. Like, I have no idea how you can make that statement. And then, let's break down each line he says, okay?
House in the state of Louisiana.
Biggest house.
I have the biggest house of any preacher in America.
Not just the biggest house, any preacher. He clarifies that. So it's a contest in preachers who has the biggest house. He's winning. Okay. So he's winning in the biggest house contest. That's good. Okay.
I don't mean that arrogantly or pridefully.
No, he doesn't mean it arrogantly or pridefully. Remember that. He doesn't mean this pridefully at all. Okay.
I have a name to my house, La Maison de Rêve.
Okay, if you have a name for your house, I don't go home and I say, La Casa de Kevin. Like, I don't say it. What? I can't. What? I don't even know how to say that. Like, how do you name your house? How do you name, like, what? That's how you know, like, bro, that's how you know you're rich, when you're naming your house. In a sermon, that's a great point Darren's making. Why even bring this up in a sermon? Other than the flex, how many people are you letting in from the street? And then another quote says, the fact he looked up other preachers' house sizes. Yeah, how do you know he got the biggest house? How do you know he got the biggest house? He compare? And again, I think you're right, Darren. What Darren's getting at is, It's like your priority in your sermon is off of there. And guys, I wouldn't be going in on this if it was a regular person. Okay, now here's why. A regular non-believer just flexing his money, his cash, I'm supposed to just show him love. And I should be showing this guy love too as well. The difference is he's up there on the pulpit misguiding people and prosperity preaching to where telling these people, this is how I made it and I did this being a pastor. Guys, I don't think the majority of pastors are doing this. My dad's a pastor. I think we're very blessed. And I think we actually live good. I think we live comfortable. It wasn't always comfortable, but it was good. Like, we always lived good. Better than, I would say, the average person. But we don't live in a house where we name it. Do you understand what I'm saying? And I'm not going to try and knock this guy's work ethic. I'm not going to do that either. It's just when I hear the sermon, it's like, why are you saying this? Like, what's the purpose of this? I don't get it. Now let's keep going.
The house of dreams.
The house of dreams.
You like Gone with the Wind? My house.
Okay, I'm going to be honest. I don't know what Gone with the Wind is. I'm going to be honest. I don't understand references, old references. W Dad. I do have a W Dad Vontavious. No lie. I really do. Okay, I don't understand what Gone with the Wind, and I know he's probably making some reference to a movie that's really cool. If you understand it, comment. I really don't get it. Just throwing that out there. So I can't go in on that.
Same.
Oh, look, they show the picture of the staircase that he's referring to. Shout out to this TikToker for doing that for us.
Staircase that Scarlett O'Hara walked up. Oh, I paid cash for the home.
Oh, he paid cash. Oh, thanks for telling us that. Thanks for paying cash. So you're good with your money. Okay. Thanks for sharing that part.
Well,
Darren put my dad be flexing too. Darren's so funny.
40,000 square foot.
First off, 40,000 square feet. Now hold on. And Darren's so goofy for saying that because he's so funny. Your dad be flexing too. My dad flexes that Nah, I couldn't say nothing crazy. I'm about to just go crazy. My dad's goofy, bro. First off, the only thing we flex is that we rep Alabama. Roll Tide, baby. We always win every game. Anyway, back to what we're talking about. The only thing we flex is that we win every football game we've ever supported. No, okay. Anyway, I'm sorry. Back to it. Yeah, I definitely got to check the rest of the sermon because it might be out of context, but still, I don't think it was necessary. LOL. Yeah, Cohen. That's what I want to say that too because I don't want to go at him all the way. But it's like, and I won't go out and say 40,000 square feet makes you a sinner, right? Like, you can be a Christian and have a big house and still get into heaven, right? Like, it's not like you have that money and you're automatically rich, like you have to be poor to get into heaven. Oh, Vontavious, the LSU fan is here. Oh my goodness, I forgot Vontavious is a big LSU guy, bro. Oh my goodness, I didn't even know that. Vontavious, I feel like you're switching sides. Anyway, back to what I'm saying. So, like, I don't want to say that he's just a sinner for having a big house. It's just the way he worded it, the biggest house in America, the biggest preacher, the preacher with the biggest house. It's like, that wording is kind of crazy. And I do need to hear the whole context, Cohen. You're right. You are right.
Oh, am I shocking? Look at Kathy. Oh, Jesus, we're going to catch it again. It's 40,000 square foot. And a lot of times if I go out, cars start stopping, honking. Christmas, I walked outside the front, just walked out, and a man slammed his brakes and, Brother Jesse! I said, hello, and he threw $5,000 over the fence.
Okay, right there. He's sharing a story how a guy just threw $5,000 over the fence. And he makes this joke. I forgot.
$100 bill. I said, I ain't telling Kathy nothing.
I'm guessing Kathy's his wife or something, right? Now here's what I want to get at, too. Because there's a little part right here where it says, important note, ministry paid for it. Now, that's another thing. So I can tell this TikTok person's a little bit of a hater, too. Because if y'all don't understand how this works, a pastor gets paid for ministry. So if you bought a house from ministry, I don't think that's wrong. Like, how else does a pastor pay for his house? So this TikToker's got a little bone to pick too with these mega church pastors. And I don't want to come out here and say that, okay, yeah, he's the worst human ever. I think his wording on this sermon is very weird, though. It's very weird. And I would never